In this video, I'll be telling you guys what you guys should be practicing Zonewars every single day to get better, and I will also say a few tips of what you should do to get better as well. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, don't forget to like and subscribe because it supports me and I really appreciate it. Okay, so the first tip is if you see that somebody is getting heavily pressured, then you should attack the person who is getting pressured the most because this is giving you less concentration, because it's giving them to have less concentration onto you, which means you have a higher opportunity of eliminating them. For example, in the clip here. Okay, so this is tip number 2, and tip number 2 is you should always spare heals until later, because as you can see, here I didn't really need it, but then eventually I started putting it on, as you will see in a few seconds, once I'll get some cover for myself. One other thing that I want to add to that tip is never heal in the open, because imagine like 15 people around you and then you just healing in the open. There's a massive chance that you're going to get attacked by somebody or potentially sniped. And also, before you want to leave the video because you think that this is basic information that you probably already know this, just wait, because there is more juicy information coming up soon. Okay, so this is one of the better tips, that after you find an enemy and you are fighting them way too much in the open, just leave them and go protect yourself or attack somebody else. Also remember, it doesn't always matter that you hit them all instantly for the most damage as you can. Remember, you can take your time and shoot them with a shotgun if you get ready for that shot. As shown in that clip, I didn't just start shooting him straight away in midair with the burst. I waited for him to get down to the floor and I instantly hit him for 110, which gave me a bigger advantage over him. Okay, so the next tip is every time you get the opportunity, don't forget to take 3 shots at an enemy because that only weakens them, and then let other enemies weaken them and potentially kill them. Because remember, in these game modes, it doesn't always matter that you get the most kills. You just get the most points by placing kills and of course by securing the win. And as I said about pressurizing, as soon as I saw these two attacking each other, I instantly went and started attacking them, which already could have given me a particular amount of advancement over them. Okay, so this is a very basic tip, but lots of people tend to forget it, and that is that if somebody is stuck in the storm, don't run in after them. Which, as I said, this might seem a bit basic, but some people do it because they are too greedy or they just completely forget. So try and concentrate on that when you next find somebody in the storm. One key bit of information is when you get killed like I did here, do not rage or do not lose any concentration because you're going to need that concentration to get on to the next game. Because just imagine, there's 16 people, including you, in one game, and each round 15 of them get killed. So it depends how you want to think about it. If you rage, the others might be raging as well, but don't follow them. You concentrate on yourself. One thing you gotta remember is by pressurizing somebody, you're adding more stress onto them, which makes them lose concentration. So the more you pressurize somebody, so for example shoot them with an AR or an SMG, the more you're making them panic and making them lose concentration and think about that they're worried about the situation. Okay, so as you can see here, I started completely pressurizing this guy, and in the end he just really didn't know what to do. Or he could have just been a bot, but who knows. I'm just gonna go with the tip. One other thing you got to do is keep your confidence, because many people say that's not that hard, but some people just forget about it and completely start stress out. For example, if you are getting pressured, you just got to remember that don't stress and just think about how you can beat your opponent. Another tip that doesn't sound that hard, but some people sometimes do mess it up, is to not do like typical edits and such. Because basically, if you get attacked, like if you get extremely pressured, that can also cause you to mess up edits. And yeah, so just as ever, keep confident and try to do things that like the opponent cannot predict. Okay, so for example at this part, I could have just edited straight forward, but I didn't actually know where the enemy was, so I didn't want to do something predictable in case he was in front of me, so I edited left. This is quite a big key information in if you're doing random zone wars, but only attack the biggest person if you're confident that you can kill them, which seems pretty obvious. But if you're confident that you can kill them, and you actually have the opportunity to kill them in some way, then definitely do attack them, because then you have one less thing to worry about. Okay, so now that I'm pretty much over the tips, I want to explain to you guys why this is really useful to do random zone wars, and even if you don't like it, it makes you a lot better. So let's just get straight into it. Okay, so with this, you don't have to imagine that you're in a tiny circle with lots of enemies. This is not about that. Zone Wars is about that. This is actually supposed to be about you thinking how you can attack enemies and how multiple enemies can be attacking you at the same time and how you need to get out of that situation. Okay, so what I mean by this is obviously you can probably see that the map is slightly bigger, and this is to ensure that in the beginning you can attack you can pretty much only attack one person at one time without that much people attacking you. Because there's a big space, the chance is smaller. But towards the end, it starts pressurizing you even more, which is basically like lowering your confidence and just like hiring your hopes in winning the game. Basically, these games do three things: they build up your confidence, they build up your quick thinking, and they build up the way how you want to do things, basically. Okay, so that'll be for the tips and all the other kind of stuff that I was talking about. So yeah, that was the stuff. Also, look at the stuff after the end of the video as well, just to hear some more. Also, that we're at the end of the video, I quickly want to ask you guys to use the code support or creator code Woods in the item shop, because it really supports him. And oh god, yep, I can't spell. Support or creator code Woods in the item shop because it supports him and to get him even more help. He's brilliant. Anyway, it may seem like these tips were quite basic, but I wanted to make this video to help out particular kind of people. Like, if there was a pro watching this video, they would probably not watch this video. But the only reason I wanted to make this video is so I can like help people out who are not that good and just want to like learn a bit. So if this helped you, then just comment down below how much this helped you, and just don't hesitate to ask me what else you want to ask for, like tips about this or tips about that. I don't really mind. Just tell me in the comments. See you guys.